Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another Patreon-sponsored blind reaction. And this one comes to you courtesy of Surfarier, who has requested that I react to 7 creepiest Pokemon backstories that will fuel your nightmares forever, sorry, by Outside Xtra. So yeah, quite the title there. Kind of a mouthful. But, sounds like an interesting list. I mean, I wouldn't really expect anything from Pokemon to be that creepy, honestly. But, you never know. I mean, the whole concept of ghost Pokemon is kind of an interesting one. Yeah, so maybe we'll touch on that. Not really sure what else. I mean, to be fair, I'm not really the most knowledgeable when it comes to Pokemon. I kind of dipped out after the first few generations, so there are a lot of Pokemon I just don't know at all, and we might be talking about some of those, so yeah. But whatever the case, definitely interested to learn about the creepiest Pokemon ever. Should be fun. Let's get started, though, and see. And here we go.
This is Pikachu,
yep.
A Pokemon who, like
I think most of us know about that one.
Pals, loves friendship, teamwork, and not harvesting the souls of dead children.
Okay.
Most, because spend some time digging into the backstories of these cutesy characters, and you'll quickly learn that there's a much darker side to this colourful creature collecting franchise. One filled with curses, horrible ways to die, existential terror, and the consumption of human souls. Is that you, Pikachu?
I don't think that's Pikachu.
Just some of the Pokemon backstories that will haunt your dreams forever. Apologies in advance.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Drifloon!
Drifloon.
It's on his face!
Far be it from me to suggest that the Pokemon based around inanimate objects are somehow worse than the animal-based ones, but let's not forget that this is a category that
trash bag Pokemon? Why?
Bag of rubbish and the one that
why
like
is that a thing?
And that's... Still, they're not all terrible, as evidenced by balloon Pokemon Drifloon. Look at it, with its cute balloon face and little mop of cloud
Must be run out of ideas.
Well, its mouth is taped shut, that's a bit weird, but still, this is a Pokemon you'd feel comfortable leaving around the many unsupervised children that seem to be running around all over the place in the various Pokemon games. Turns out, however, that that's the absolute worst possible thing you can do, because according to its Pokédex entry, Drifloon is a balloon that also has a sideline in child murder. Because of its balloon-like appearance, Drifloon is apparently able to lure children into grabbing it, at which point it grabs them back and, according to Pokemon Sun, drags them away into the afterlife. Jeez, Pokemon, that's the worst thing I've ever... Oh wait, there's a Pokemon Moon Pokédex entry. Let's see what that says. If for some reason its body bursts, its soul spills out with a screaming sound. Okay, take it back. That's the worst thing I've ever read. Apparently it dislikes heavy people due to them being harder to kidnap and murder. Hi, yeah, I was just wondering if you had any steel toe cap boots? Oh, brilliant. What are your lead-lined jackets like? Great, and sandbags? Cool. How soon can you get those in? Because just as soon as possible.
Who's that Pokemon?
Okay, good start.
Bewear.
Bewear. I like the name.
Stuffle, a new Pokemon
It looks
introduced in Pokemon Sun
cute.
and Moon that resembles nothing so much as an adorable stuffed bear. Because it's so cute, Stuffles are very popular. Unfortunately, they appear to dislike being touched and will flail wildly if approached by a stranger. Stuffles are also abnormally strong for their size, so a stray hit could send a grown trainer flying. When they're that size, it's not so much of a problem, but when Stuffle evolves into Bewear, that's when things start getting horrifying. For a start, Bewear's height is listed as 6'11" and its weight at 298 pounds, which, if you're keeping track, are very close to the stats of wrestling legend The Undertaker. In addition to this newfound height, Bewear also seems to have lost its aversion to human contact. The bad news is it's now really into hugging and apparently totally unaware of its own strength. As Pokemon Moon's Pokédex entry for Bewear puts it, this Pokemon has the habit of hugging its companions. Many trainers have left this world after their spines were squashed by its hug. Kind of a throwaway reference there to the fact that the Pokemon Bewear has murdered loads of Pokemon trainers by hugging them until it broke their spines, all the while maintaining that blank, glassy expression.
Yeah, nothing creepy about that at all.
Is short for Beware the hell is the train out of town because I'm moving to Animal Crossing.
Who's that Pokemon?
Banette!
Oh god, those eyes!
What is up with the zip?
Yeah, that just looks creepy.
Toys coming to life. What would this plush Totoro say if it could talk, I wonder? Well, thank you. Just a quick blow dry and some wax. Honestly, I always say you sculpt with the hairdryer. But if you really want to know what your favourite toys get up to when you're finished playing with them, look no further than Banette, a ghost-type creature whose lizard eyes and zipper mouth are somehow the least horrifying thing about it. See, according to Banette's Pokemon Emerald Pokedex entry, an abandoned plush doll became this Pokemon. They are said to live in garbage dumps and wander about in search of the children that threw them away.
I see.
In other words, Banette is your favourite childhood toy, but now living in landfill and bearing a furious grudge towards you, the thrower-awayer. So thanks, Pokemon, for putting that unerasable image in all of our heads. Other bits of Pokemon lore describe Banette pushing pins into its own body to create strong curses, and using that zipper mouth to contain its evil energy. So you'd seriously better hope it never catches up with you to wreak its terrible vengeance.
Yeah.
And if those dozens of Beanie Babies I threw away are watching, I'd like to say I'm sorry, I needed the shelf space, and if you'd like to discuss it further, I live inside this active volcano in South America.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Yamask!
Oh.
No.
Yamask is a ghost-type Pokemon that carries around an expressionless mask with it at all times, which is already pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Pokedex? Apparently I do, because here I am reading Yamask's entry, and it turns out the mask is of the face it used to have when it was an alive human, and now I'm going to lock all the doors and be right back. Yamask will often look at the mask and start crying, which, I mean, that's got to be a real downer if you throw him out in the middle of an exciting Pokemon battle. Still better than if you decide to put the mask on yourself, because if you do that, you get possessed by the Yamask and then have to roam the earth as a sobbing revenant, and for God's sake, what is it with the parents in Pokemon games who are sending their unsupervised kids out into a world filled with these kind of terrifying monsters? Don't think things will be better if you evolve it either. At level 34, Yamask evolves into Cofagrigus, which is a sentient sarcophagus with grabby hands and a mouthful of fangs that grabs people who get too close, pulls them inside its coffin body, and turns them into mummies. Seriously though, every parent in the Pokemon games should be in prison.
Who's that Pokemon?
Palossand Castle.
Doesn't seem that bad.
It's Palossand.
Come on, Andy, God.
What's so creepy
Now,
about
I know
this
what you're
one?
thinking. That's a sandcastle.
Yeah.
There's no possible way they could make that creepy, and what reason would they have for doing so? And that is why you don't work at the Pokemon Company, my friend. Because buckle up and check this shit out. Yes, Sandygast and its evolved form Palossand look like regular sandcastles, but unsuspecting people who approach it end up falling under its control.
Ghost ground.
Once possessed, these victims add sand to Palossand's body, making it bigger and more dangerous. This in turn makes its power to curse stronger until, presumably, the entire beach is just one massive sandcastle waiting to hex passers-by. Of course, it wouldn't be a Pokedex entry without some additional horrifying detail, and so we turn to Palossand's Moon Dex entry, which informs us that buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality it's drained.
Of course.
As illustrated by this charming artist's suggestion of it murdering a Pikachu. Not being funny or anything, but does someone want to go over and check on the Pokemon team? You know, just make sure they're all right, getting enough fresh air? We're worried about you guys, seriously.
It's wonderful.
Oh. Cute. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
Pretty much my reaction.
You realise that many Pokemon are a bottomless well of horrors, so if you're smart, you'll only want ones in your squad that are A, small, and B, fluffy. And they don't come smaller, or indeed fluffier, than Komala, the 40cm tall koala Pokemon found in Pokemon Sun and Moon, everything about whom is almost painfully cute. I mean, just look at it. It makes real koalas look like trash. Owners of Pokemon Moon will find a reassuringly adorable Pokedex entry for Komala, one that describes how this soft bundle of hugs has a present from its mum and dad and loves to hug your arm. Adorbs, but I actually have Pokemon Sun, so let's see what cute info we can find. What? According to Sun's Pokedex, Komala is born asleep and it dies asleep. All its movements are apparently no more than the result of it tossing and turning in its dreams. Yes, from the moment it's born to its eventual demise, Komala is never conscious, trapped instead inside its own dreams, unable to wake up, giving only the impression of life from its comatose movements. What's even creepier is that the dreaming Komala must surely believe itself to be awake, reminding us of the impossibility of knowing for sure that anything we see or experience is real at all. Are we dreaming like Komala? Is it too far even to suppose Komala's Pokedex entry may be a message from our subconscious trying to tell us to wake up? No more Pokemon today.
Okay.
That Pokemon.
There's the...
Jesus, what Something wearing Pikachu's skin.
Yeah.
Hero worship can be an ugly, ugly thing, as Luke's Outside Xbox fanfiction can prove. Mine's way better. And that's never more true than when your hero is adorable king of the Pokemon, Pikachu, the fluffy electric mouse who became the breakout star of Pokemon Red and Blue back in the 90s, and whose cherry red cheeks have become a fixture of pop culture since. It's hard to know how you'd even begin trying to achieve the level of success that Pikachu has, but I guess you'd start by tying a filthy bag over your head. Such is the tactic employed by Mimikyu, the famously lonely Pokemon who dresses in rags that are painted to look like Pikachu, or what a child who's being haunted by Pikachu would draw over and over again in their maths book. Mimikyu certainly looks like the stuff of nightmares, but believe it or not, what is underneath those rags is canonically even worse. As the Pokemon Sun Pokédex explains, a scholar who saw what was under its rag was overwhelmed by terror and died from the shock. Honestly, we never see Mimikyu's fatally horrible true form, but we are afforded glimpses of some kind of black tendril that occasionally lashes out in battle. Hinting at a truly unknowable horror beneath that sackcloth disguise, which, by the way, can be broken with a well-placed attack, at which point Mimikyu's false head rolls broken to one side, upsetting everyone. Despite being a total horror show, Pokemon fans have really fallen for Mimikyu, whose misguided attempts to be popular we can all relate to on some level. Won't be long till I have all the bits I need for my Andy Farrant disguise. Then we'll see who's the big famous YouTuber.
They don't see my shoes!
So those were some of the Pokemon backstories that ensure that we will never, ever, ever sleep again. How about you, Pikachu? Were you suitably unsettled? Yes, he seems to say. But what else is that, Pikachu? You think that if you enjoyed this, then there are other videos to watch? Well, yes, I would have to agree. And what's that? You say that, oh, they're here on screen. That's amazing. How did you know, Pikachu? You seem to know an awful lot. And what's that? Also, you should subscribe if you enjoyed this, and there's a special button for doing that. And also, what's that? No, how do you know these things? No, I've never told anyone that. Thanks for watching, guys.
Okay, well there we go. That was fun. I mean, yeah, no, I wasn't familiar with any of these Pokemon before, but some of them seem pretty interesting. I mean, some weird ideas here, and yeah, interesting designs. The first one, the balloon thing, just drag small children to the afterlife. Like, what the hell? That's like way too much. And just yeah, I don't know. And the mask one is interesting because there was always the question of what ghost Pokemon actually were, if they were like Pokemon ghost or if they were like, but no, that one's actually it used to be human, so that's confirming that sometimes you are fighting your Pokemon battles with human ghosts, and that's a bit interesting. Yeah. I like the one at the end, the Mimikyu. That's just something kind of amusing about the design, and the whole idea of it. I don't know. But yeah, definitely fun learning about some of these, and yeah, just I don't know, it was interesting. So yeah, cool stuff. Hope you liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.